Today, we're going to break down one of the trickiest career moments that really trips up even the most brilliant leaders. It's this move from being the go-to expert to becoming a real executive who shapes the entire enterprise.
So let's just get right to it. You are probably the one everyone runs to when there's a five-alarm fire, right? You deliver amazing results, you're working harder than ever, but that next big promotion, the one to the C-suite, it feels like it's drifting further and further away. If that sounds even remotely familiar, trust me, you are not crazy and you are not alone. There's a very clear reason this happens.
It has a name. It's called the expertise trap. And here's the paradox. The very skills that made you a superstar, your incredible technical knowledge, your ability to just get things done, those are now the very things holding you back. It's the classic case of what got you here won't get you there. Okay, so to really get this, we have to completely ditch the old idea of a career ladder. You know, that nice, clean story that you do good work, you get promoted, and you just keep climbing. The truth is, leadership growth isn't a straight line. It's more like jumping from one S-curve to a completely different one. This first curve, well, that's your home turf. It's where you've probably spent the last 10, maybe 15 years building your career. This is the world of technical mastery. Your value is tied directly to what you can do. Your personal ability to write the code, to close the big sale, to solve the complex problem yourself. It's all about being the smartest person in the room on your specific subject. But the second curve, that is a totally different universe. This is enterprise leadership. And here, your value has almost nothing to do with what you personally do, but everything to do with what you can orchestrate. It's all about getting results through other people, shaping the big picture strategy, and basically defining where the business is headed. You have to stop playing the violin and start conducting the entire orchestra.
And that's really the heart of the matter. The first curve is so comfortable because it's predictable. More of your direct input equals more direct output. It feels safe, you can measure it. The second curve, though, it's messy. It's ambiguous. Your impact is way less direct, but it's also exponentially bigger. You're not just managing tasks anymore, you are navigating deep uncertainty. So the big question is, how do you actually make that jump? Because it absolutely does not happen by accident. It takes a really conscious, intentional effort to transform yourself across three specific areas. This is the roadmap.
These are the three big moves you have to make. It's a shift in your mindset, a shift in your influence, and a complete shift in your strategy. So let's dig into what each of these actually looks like in the real world. First up, the mindset shift. On that first curve, you are paid to answer, how do we solve this? It's your default question. But on the second curve, asking how is actually a trap. Your job is to step back and first define the why. Why is this even important for the business? And then you have to identify the who. Who is the absolute best person or team to solve this? Look, if you're still the one jumping in to fix everything, you're not an enterprise leader. You're just an overpaid operator. Second is the influence shift. First curve leaders rely on their title. They have positional authority. Do this because I'm the boss. That works, but only with the people who report directly to you. Second curve leaders have what's called ecosystem influence. Can you get your peers and other departments to move? Can you align stakeholders who all have different agendas? It's about building credibility and telling a compelling story, not just giving orders. And number three, the strategic shift. The best way to think about this is you're swapping your microscope for a telescope. The microscope is great for winning the quarter. You're deep in the weeds, you're focused on the P&L, the immediate results. But the telescope is for winning the next 2 to 3 years. You have to pull your head up from the spreadsheet and see the entire landscape, how market shifts, technology, and even politics are going to impact your company's future. Now, this is the part that nobody really talks about. Making this leap, well, it has an emotional cost. It takes a huge amount of courage because you are fundamentally rewiring how you think and how you operate. And I want to be really clear about this. When you start making this jump to the second curve, you will, for a time, feel like you have no idea what you're doing. You will feel incompetent. And honestly, this feeling is the #1 reason so many talented people get scared and retreat right back to what's comfortable. You're not failing. The rules of the game have just completely changed. This right here says it all. You are actively trading mastery for ambiguity. You're giving up that feeling of being the expert, of knowing the answer, the thing that made you feel so valuable for so long. And in its place, you are embracing strategic uncertainty. It's about trading the comfort of knowing for the power of questioning. So at the end of the day, this leaves you with a really clear choice. You can stick to the first curve and double down on what you're great at. You'll be busy, people will call you essential, you will become indispensable. But here's the catch. Indispensable is not the same thing as promotable. To be promotable, you have to embrace the messy, ambiguous, high-impact world of the second curve. Now, the good news is this isn't some endless 10-year quest. If you are really focused on making these 3 shifts in your mindset, your influence, and your strategy, this whole transition is something you can navigate in about 18 to 24 months. It's a project. It's about consciously taking apart your old professional identity and building a new one that's all about enterprise-level impact. So the final question really is for you. The first curve is safe, it's predictable, and you've absolutely mastered it. But the second curve, that's where a real legacy is built. It's time to stop optimizing for your own efficiency and start optimizing for enterprise impact. So, are you ready to let go of that ladder and take the leap?